Hi there, my name is Victoria Vogue, you're watching Ask a Drag Queen, and today we're doing a tag video.
This is where the theme music would go if I had any.
Now, I know a lot of people don't like tag videos, they find them boring. I personally find them fascinating. I love tag videos and I love getting tagged in them. This is the third, I think, that I've been tagged in. Anyway, let's get into it. I was tagged in this video, well, at least I consider myself to have been tagged in this video by Daisy Nation. Now, Daisy Nation did this yesterday, my time, and she basically left it open. She said anyone who wanted to do it could do it, but I was sent a lot of subscribers by Daisy Nation in that same video. She mentioned me in the beginning, gave me a little shout out, so hello everyone who's come over from Daisy Nation, welcome and thank you to Daisy. You are so sweet, I absolutely love you. Anyone who doesn't know Daisy Nation, the one thing you should know about her is that she has the most fantastic lips. I'm talking Angelina Jolie takes her cues from Daisy Nation. If I ever decide to get plastic surgery on my face, I'm going to walk into the cosmetic surgeon, sit down in the chair and say, give me the Daisy Nations. Question 1. What do you think you can do but can't? This is tricky for me because I have a massive, massive ego, so I consider that I can do anything that I set my mind to. But realistically, the thing I think I can do but can't do is have a conversation in French. There was a time, once upon a time, when I was, I swear, semi-fluent in the French language. I studied it at university and I studied it for my own leisure. So I got to a point where I could hold my own in, not that I ever went to France, but if I went to France, I could hold my own. I would be able to get around and hold a conversation. I'm sorry I keep touching my face. I have a horrible cold and I'm worried my nose is going to run. The old adage, if you don't use it, you'll lose it, applies to me. I have forgotten 95% of the French that I once knew. And every now and then someone will speak French to me and I'll think, I'm in, I'm going to jump on this. And I say 2 sentences and then I can't go any further. They'll say something back to me and I'll just go, pardon? Je suis désolé. Question 2. What is a difficult word for you to pronounce? Aha. One thing I haven't forgotten from my university studies is the English language. I did a creative writing degree and took some literature subjects as well. So language for me is a passion. It is my passion and it's the thing at which I am best. So the words that are difficult for me to pronounce are, without any trace of ego, few and far between. What I do struggle pronouncing though are medical things, ingredients. You know, you get a medicine sometimes and you check to see what's in it, just out of curiosity. And the active ingredient is primo-doxyhydrochlorine-acid-div. Those words I can never pronounce. Question 3. What is a favourite television show from your childhood? Anything. When I was a child, I would watch whatever was on television, even if it wasn't a children's program. You know, kids hate watching the news. I didn't hate watching the news that much, as best I recall. As long as the television was on in the room, I would watch it. Nowadays, if a television is on in the room, I tend to walk out of the room. Question 4. What are your virtues and vices? My virtues are probably that I am a patient person, that I'm a tolerant person, that I'm an open-minded person. I believe that people deserve second chances. Lots of different life experiences have made me as tolerant and accepting as I am. I'm not going to go into those because they would be very self-indulgent and boring. But my primary virtue is that I am very accepting and open-minded. As far as vices go, I don't have any vices, look at me. I'm completely vice-free.
I think to myself, what a wonderful world. And I think to myself...
Question 5. What's more important? Love, power, or money? Seriously? You're asking a drag queen that question?
Yeah, and can I get that delivered, please? Okay, great. Thank you so much. See you in 30 minutes. Power.
Power, baby. It's all about power. Question 6. If you could live in any era or time period, when would it be and why? Anyone who's seen Daisy Nation's version of this video, my answer is very similar. I would like to live in a French Regency period, Marie Antoinette, big powdered wigs, big dresses. I love that. I absolutely love that. But, as Daisy Nation very sensibly pointed out, almost any era prior to this one, you needed to be rich to have a good time. Realistically, I like there's no time like the present, you know? 7. If you had to redo your entire wardrobe with 2 stores, what would they be and why? Both of my wardrobes, both William and Victoria, I would redo with charity op shops, second-hand stores. I have found some of my favourite items of clothing, male and female, in charity shops, or op shops, or whatever you call them, depending on where you live. So if I had to redo them, I would go into charity stores. Question 8. Can you recall what you were doing a year ago on this day? I couldn't, but I was able to look it up. I had a look in my iCal, and this day, a year ago, the 24th of March, was actually a Thursday, and I was still at university. And I was in my one of my English literature classes, and it was also a payday. So what I would have been doing on this day 1 year ago is learning about a book and thinking about what I was going to buy with my pay that week. Question 9. Do you have any recurring dreams? If so, explain. I'm really upset that I can hardly ever remember my dreams. I, therefore, couldn't really tell you if I do have any recurring dreams. Question 10. What is your horoscope? I am a Taurus, and what does that mean? Nothing. It means nothing. I'm sorry to anyone who follows their horoscopes or believes that they mean something, but me personally, I don't follow horoscopes. If anything, I read my horoscope to laugh at how inaccurate 95% of the time it will be, or to laugh at how incredibly bland it will be. Like, you know, you pick up a newspaper and you read your horoscope and it says, Taurus, today shit will happen. It's like, well, of course shit's gonna happen. Thank you so much, you genius. Question 11. What does your dream bedroom look like? I am a simple drag queen with simple tastes. My dream bedroom would have 3 shelves. Cigarettes, men, vodka, and just a bed in the middle of the room, and I could just, you know, get out of bed and get a fag, get a drink. Question 12. What position do you sleep in? I try not to sleep on my back because I snore. I am not ladylike when the wig comes off. I'm talking... That's what I sound like when I'm asleep. It's so unattractive. So I try to avoid sleeping on my back. I usually sleep on my side, but inevitably, I suppose, I would roll over on my back in my sleep because people tell me that I snore still, so yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about that. Question 13. I love this question. Who is your favourite vampire of all time? Well, that's an obvious question with only one sensible answer. My favourite vampire of all time is Edward Cullen from the Twilight series, because the Twilight series, you see, is high-class literature. Yes, it's one of the most amazing series of novels ever written, and I respect the intelligence of anyone over the age of 12 who reads Twilight. Fucking sarcastic as all hell. Vampires don't sparkle in the sunlight. Drag queens sparkle in the sunlight. Vampires die in the sunlight. There, I said it. I think my favourite vampire of all time, the vampire Lestat. Question 14. What are you currently wearing on your feet? Currently, my feet are bare. I am barefoot. I haven't put my shoes on to go out yet. My shoes are the last thing I put on before I leave. This is what I'm going to look like when I get to the club tonight. Haha, sneak preview. Not really, because this video won't go up until tomorrow. The final question, 15. Do you have neat handwriting? Show us. I'm going to write something. I'm using a Sharpie, so it might not be the best representation of my handwriting. Just talk amongst yourselves while I'm writing this down. I probably should have done this in advance. LOL. That's what you get for not being prepared. This is my handwriting. I don't think it's neat at all, but you might think differently. That was the 15 question tag that Daisy Nation threw out there. Thank you, Daisy, for doing that tag video. I loved watching yours. I hope you like watching mine. And thank you for sending me as many subscribers as you have. Welcome, guys. Please stick around. No, really, like, sometimes someone unsubscribes and, you know, like, it's business as usual. You know, what are you going to do? I can't really get upset when someone unsubscribes from me, but I'd really, really like it if you stayed. Truly, I would. So for everyone who has survived until the end of this video, thank you for sticking around. Here's a couple of things. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Tumblr. There are links to both of those down there. The big bit of news, though, in case you don't know, is that I am in a new collab channel called The Queen Chat. It's 5 drag queens posting Monday through Friday various topics. Please go and subscribe because I really want this channel to do well. I think it's a really interesting idea. I've never seen it done before with drag queens. And yes, do that. Until next time, my name is Victoria Vogue. You've been watching Ask a Drag Queen. Keep calm and carry on. And here are the bloopers. Lots of different reasons, lots of different world experiences. Not world experiences, life experiences. Oh my god! Blooper reel! If you could live in any era or time period, when and... Start again. I think my favourite drag queen of all time. Rehearsal! That someone in a bank or whatever is gonna do me for fraud. But do me for fraud sounds a little too suggestive, Victoria. Let's think of another way to put that, shall we? Ha 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 ha. Every link down there that you click, email, of all the times.